Hello, everybody, and welcome back to HG Movie Talk. I am your host, Fluffy Duffy, once again joined here online with my co-host, Dean's Beans.
Why can't we be in the same room?
I don't know. Do we want to make plans to meet up again?
No.
I don't.
Okay.
Oh.
The thing is, for us two, it feels like a very long time since we've podcasted it, and that's because it has been a long time.
How long has it been? Like 2 weeks?
How long ago were you here?
I was there July 24th is when I left. So 2 weeks.
Yeah, just over 2 weeks.
Yeah.
2 weeks. Yeah. So 2 weeks and like the weekend. So 2 weeks and 3 days.
It feels good to be back.
It does. It does. Because you guys wouldn't even notice a gap because we've been releasing the podcast we filmed.
They did like 2 weeks ago.
Shush. Are we going to talk about what happened?
Should we just... Okay, so... To longtime viewers of the podcast, you know that we always release episodes on Tuesdays. Why do we release episodes on Tuesdays?
We just decided that on a day, I think. We were like, what day works? And I was like, Tuesday. And you were like, yeah, sure.
Anyways, so we recorded a podcast for Tuesday.
I know why it's Tuesdays.
Why?
Because Tuesdays used to be my day off where I didn't work. So I was like, if we do Tuesdays and I can edit it in the morning if it isn't done. But now I work Tuesdays and Thursdays as my day off.
Dang. Who knows? Maybe we'll switch it. I don't think...
There's no point switching it. Continue.
Anyways, so we recorded an episode, and keep in mind that Tuesday that we missed the podcast for like a couple of months, we've been hyping it up as that was going to be a really, really boring episode because that was supposed to be the episode, like the reveal of us be like our first in-person podcast. And
then we started making jokes that we were just going to skip that week because it was going to be so boring.
Right. And then, lo and behold, the place where we were recording didn't have any Wi-Fi. And
your laptop did mess up the recording, I think was the main issue.
Yeah. Oh yeah, right, yeah. So my laptop messed up.
But we didn't find that out for ages because we didn't have any Wi-Fi.
Right. And it was a mess.
So we lost an episode.
But that was probably the best week to miss one because we had just said we were going to skip it earlier.
Yeah.
We weren't actually planning on it, but that's just kind of...
And then, that's good. It's a good bit. That's like karma coming around to be like, you're going to be a boring episode this week. No episode. And it was a good episode as well. We'll redo it one day. Okay. Anyway, should we Not today.
Yeah.
We should talk about,
this
is a long intro for us.
This is a long intro, but it's been a while, at least for us. It's
not for the people at home. Anyway.
Nope, not for you guys, but for me.
Anyways,
like Dean, do we want to talk about what today's episode is about?
Yeah, so a while ago, we fixed the Sony Marvel universe. And since then, they've reached out.
Offered us $30,000.
Is that what we asked for?
Yeah.
Because I was thinking about it.
Big fan of that promo.
Yeah.
That I did.
Oh, yeah, I remember now. Are we upping the money this time? Does Warner
It depends
Brothers,
on how good it is.
Does Discovery have more money?
No, maybe. I mean, they just bought Warner Bros., so probably not.
Okay, so what we'll do is we'll make our pitch for fixing the DC universe, because that's what we're doing today. I don't think we've said that yet.
Yes, that's what we're doing.
And then at the end, we'll decide how much money it's worth.
Yeah.
Because the rule is Warner Brothers, Discovery, whoever, feel free to take this and use these ideas, okay? They're all yours. But you have to pay us the sum of money we will say at the end. And it's not going to be loads. It'll be chump change to people like you.
And I just want to say, I think I don't know about you, but that Sony one where we fixed the Sony universe was probably my favorite podcast episode.
That was a good one.
So if you don't see it, if you haven't seen it, Dean put it in the info card if you're on YouTube. And if not, you gotta scroll down. Yeah, do you think you'll remember to do that? Guess we'll
Only
see.
Time will tell. You won't see. You won't check.
I will. You know what? I will, because this is going to be up tomorrow because you have to edit it. Ha.
What's I going to say? My favorite episode was the one that was never released. Anyway.
Oh. Okay. So if we're jumping right into it, there's one major elephant in the room we need to address.
Yeah, and we are quite late to this piece of news. I think it's been out for about a week now, I think. That Warner Brothers / Discovery have made the decision to just cancel Batgirl. A movie that was finished mostly, which cost about $90 million. And it's gone.
So sad. I was really like that's probably one of my most anticipated DC projects.
See, I wasn't that looking forward to it, but this news is still disappointing and weird. And for me, the biggest thing is it's kind of just a bad omen for me, I think.
It is because going back to like why they canceled it, one big reason was it wasn't like what did they call it?
They said it wasn't a big theatrical movie or something like that.
Experience, sort of something like that.
Big cinematic, something like that. But
right, and
then another reason is that apparently it's for tax reasons they're writing it off. There's something else going around.
But from what they officially no, they didn't officially state it, but I think a shareholder or something said that it wasn't a big enough of a cinematic experience. And where does that lie? Because it looked like it's a $90 million project. It looks like a pretty big cinematic experience.
And like, so who cares?
Right.
You know, a good movie doesn't have to be a big cinematic experience.
Like Joker wasn't a big cinematic experience.
Exactly. And that was their highest grossing movie.
What is a big cinematic experience? You know what I mean?
Batman vs Superman.
Right. But that movie didn't. Joker made more money than that. It was more profitable.
Exactly.
But anyways,
exactly.
So that brings in the question of like, well, there's so many movies that are announced to be happening at DC, but at this point, like we really don't know what projects are still in the works. So that was the catalyst for this episode.
Yeah. The catalyst was I came up with the idea because I was getting annoyed about Batgirl, and I was like, I need to do something about this for a small price that DC are going to pay us.
Of course. So now we have to plan out. I think if we plan out the next 10 years of DC movies,
that's what they've said they've done, isn't it?
Exactly.
And they can just change it to our plan and pretend they never noticed. Because if you pay us the money, we're not going to make a big deal about it. We won't tell anyone. Exactly. We'll keep it to ourselves. We'll delete this podcast episode if you pay us the money.
Honestly, if they pay us however much it is, okay. I don't know why, but my laptop just like didn't exit out of Zoom, but it won't. Oh, I'm back. Okay. Hello. Anyways, sorry about that. Yeah, we'll delete this episode if they pay us like $50,000. However,
if they were like, "Yeah, we like your DC plan, we'll give you the cash for it," I'll delete Harlan from my life. $10.
Come on. Anyways, so as far as it comes to movies, we know are happening.
We think we know what's happening.
We think we know.
Anything can happen.
It could change like by the time this podcast comes out, but we have
in the next 12 hours.
In no specific order, we have Black Adam, Shazam 2, The Flash, Aquaman 2, Blue Beetle, and Joker 2. Sorry,
what's it called?
The second Joker movie is called Joker.
I think we should all start saying the name of, because obviously it's Folie à Deux, which is French.
That's what I said.
But I think we should also start saying Joker in a silly French accent. Joker Folie à Deux. Joker.
Is that a French accent?
Joker.
Are you sure they would say it in a French accent?
Holland, you've spent enough time with me now
how about
how great I am at accents.
How about this? But instead of Joaquin Phoenix, it's Jared Leto. How do you say it?
Wow, Joker. What Folie à Deux.
It's pretty good. That's exactly what I was hoping for.
Thank you. Okay, we should probably get into fixing DC.
Yes.
So are we going to go through the movies that are currently being released, chat about them a bit, or what?
Yes. So
Black Adam is the next one.
Black Adam's the next one that's coming up.
Interestingly, Black Adam got the same test scores as Batgirl.
Huh.
So
But Black Adam, I don't know what to expect from it because it could like be really, it could set up, like, I mean, this is everything's in our control, but I don't know what it's going to do. So,
Mhm.
what would you prefer Black Adam to be? Would you prefer it to be like an event that is like creates multiple spin-off potential, or do you want it to be like a single thing?
It depends what we mean by spin-offs, I think. I don't want, hey, it's Dwayne Johnson in every DC movie until the end of time, because I think some people are saying, oh yeah, now Dwayne Johnson's going to be the face of DC because he's a big famous actor in a DC film.
Right, because I'm saying like, what if this is like the Iron Man, not Iron Man 2. What is a good like Marvel movie that just was like looked at as like just like spinning off a bunch of movies?
Uh Avengers. Captain America Civil War did a lot of spin-offs because that was like, hey, Black Panther, Spider-Man.
Yeah, it's true. Or like the
Um,
Batman v Superman.
yeah, but that was bad.
Right. Well, this doesn't have to be good to set up a bunch of
Yeah.
spin-offs.
I'd be happy if the spin-offs were Pierce Brosnan as Dr. Fate in his own movie. Hey, it's Hawkman. He's got his own film coming out. I'd be happy with them, but I wouldn't be happy
Right.
with Dwayne Johnson until the end of time.
So I'm trying to think, right? We have Black Adam, Shazam 2, Aquaman 2, and The Flash.
Should we talk about the other elephant in the room?
Sure. Oh, The
Ezra
Flash.
Miller.
Right. So I think the best way to get these four movies out of the way
Mm-hmm.
is to continue it out like the DCEU is planning, and then the Flash just kind of stops it, or like
Yeah, and the resets
splits it up and just makes everybody a solo film, like no ties, like the Batman and Joker.
Really? So I think the options, he could just reset the universe and be like, oh, new universe time.
Here's what I love about new DCU movie, not DC movies coming out recently.
Yes.
Pointing towards Joker and the Batman.
Yeah.
And the Suicide Squad.
Mm-hmm.
Where the Suicide Squad doesn't feel like a DCEU movie, even though it takes place. I feel like those three movies really do well because they just are their own thing. And I think
that's less to do with taking place in different universes and more to do having different tones.
That's true, but where I feel like DC is struggling when it's like, oh, this is a DCEU movie first.
Yes.
And
definitely.
so it's hard for them to shake that. Like James Gunn DC didn't care what James Gunn did. He chose for it to be in that cinematic universe, but it could have not been. You know what I mean?
And he was offered anything. He could,
So where this lands is like, I think if they're all in their own universes, it could be really cool to give every movie a fresh tone that could do its complete own world building. And if we had a multiverse event 7 years down the road, could you imagine how imagine?
I think you could just say, oh, these happen in the same universe, but never address that fact. Just say.
Wouldn't it be sick to see like out of nowhere, huge conflicting tones, the Batman, like Robert Pattinson meeting like Ben Affleck?
Okay, that's another. There's so much going on here. This is a lot different than Sony, where Sony is kind of like doing nothing. They're kind of doing everything, and that's the struggle here.
Because like I'm focusing specifically on Joker and the Batman. Mm-hmm. Those are two movies where I'm like, I can't ever see like what do you call it?
I don't know what you're trying to say.
Like, you know how the Avengers happened for the first time? It's awesome to see all those characters crossover event. Like I couldn't see like Robert Pattinson having a big crossover event.
Yeah, definitely. I just mean I enjoy having the Batman and Joker separate, but then I think everything else should exist in the same world. Not because I want, a big Justice League movie, just because I like the idea of the Justice League appearing in Peacemaker or Superman appearing in Shazam. So I think the way it works now is good. I think the universe does just need a bit of a reset.
So, like, what would a reset do, though?
Just get rid of the continuity where you're like, oh, these characters haven't met before. Oh, remember that weird bit in Wonder Woman 84 that didn't happen. Oh, we can change the actor for Batman. We can change the actor for the Flash. We can,
But wouldn't you want to see like Robert Pattinson meet DCEU heroes?
Yeah.
So how do we do that?
I'm not that bothered by that. You can do multiverse stuff for that as well. Like you can do multiverse stuff and the rest of them being the same universe.
Okay. So this is where I like get a little bit annoyed with DC, right? Okay. Where they kind of have let's use Batgirl for example.
Mm-hmm.
One thing and Aquaman 2 is Michael Keaton's Batman was in both those, and the test screenings came back and they were confused. That's because the Flash hadn't come out yet.
Yeah, Ben Affleck's Batman's in Aquaman 2.
Right, but I this might be wrong, but I heard it somewhere that it was originally Michael Keaton.
Oh, okay.
Test audiences were confused, so they replaced it with Ben Affleck.
Yes.
So, that's why like having a DCEU and spin-off movies, I think, it's confusing considering there's like this shared universe and then other ones too that aren't.
That's true. But so I don't know if that's, I feel like audiences are more intelligent than we give them credit for nowadays when you do get stuff like Multiverse of Madness and Spider-Man No Way Home.
But like, okay, so
go on.
Trying to think of like a good way, like if we had a shared universe and then we have multiverse, because I would prefer to see, I don't know about you, but like if we're planning out the next 10 years, I would prefer the next 5 years to have like barely any crossover events.
I wouldn't want crossover events. I'd like crossover moments, like in Peacemaker.
Just like at the very end, like that.
Yeah, if someone just to rock up and be like, "Oh, hey," it's kind of like in the first phase 1 of Marvel when you get like Iron Man in the end credits of Incredible Hulk and that sort of thing.
Right. Which that end credit scene doesn't make sense at all. But shut up, it's awesome.
You know what I mean.
Yeah. So this is tricky. This is way more difficult than Sony because Sony was like set up the universe.
Yeah. This universe is set up, but it's bad, arguably.
Exactly.
Okay, so okay. So we're doing whatever we like with, like, we're leaving Black Adam, Aquaman, all that as is. Agreed? Yeah. And we're saying the Flash is resetting the universe.
We're just replacing Amber Heard.
Yes. Or just cutting her out. Question.
Yeah.
Is the Flash being released in cinemas? Is it being released in HBO Max?
We can release it in cinemas.
Yeah.
I feel like that would make no difference to us, but like it'd probably be best for as many people to see that. So because if they don't see that, the audience will be confused.
That's true.
So we don't like Ezra Miller, but it's really unfortunate that he's going to be like the most important part of all this.
Yeah, but we use Flashpoint to recast them.
Yes. Or we just kill the Flash.
So whatever can happen in Flashpoint gets recast as someone or gets rid of, whatever. Or let's say replaced by Wally West.
Sure.
Just they go to a universe and like, hey, Barry Allen isn't here, it's Wally West. So then Michael Keaton's like, I'm so confused by these films. But like we cut that bit out. Like he says that when we're filming the scene, but we cut it out.
Okay.
Because we don't want that in the film. So do you want to do what I suggested, where it's like one universe and then just a couple others like the Batman and the Joker?
But
Joker.
here's the thing. I don't want it to be a couple, like the Batman and Joker.
Joker.
The Joker, baby. I would prefer, like, those two characters make sense for them to have their own solo, not attached, realized stories. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Those make sense. But as you're saying, like Peacemaker, Shazam, those characters work because of their wit and they're connected.
Yeah.
But then you have like this weird gray area with like Superman, Green, but like where, because like Superman and Green Lantern, you can make unique, but it's going to feel more like a regular action film opposed to a Joker or Batman. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So the thing is, for Superman specifically, if we jump into that for a moment, I would want that in the DCU, because this kind of Aquaman, Shazam vibe they've got going translate well to a Superman film better than Man of Steel would.
But you would want just like I would like to see a new, fresh, a different kind of movie than what like a Shazam. You know what I mean? Because like I love Shazam.
Yeah. I'm not saying exactly like Shazam. I'm just saying kind of that sort of light, fun tone, that color palette, that kind of vibe.
Well, yeah, I need like a good like light, fun Superman for sure.
Yeah, and I think obviously it doesn't have to be just like Shazam, but putting it in that universe, kind of, you'd get that tone.
Right.
And like we can skip over. Would you want Henry Cavill back, or do you not care?
Honestly, I don't really. I love Henry Cavill as Superman.
Yeah, I don't care either, really. I just want Superman.
Yes, but if we had to choose between new Superman or Henry Cavill,
let's just say Henry Cavill for ease. I don't want to be on the internet when it's announced that there's a Superman who isn't Henry Cavill.
You don't want to be there?
No.
You'll ignore it? Okay. So Black Adam, Shazam 2, Aquaman 2, The Flash.
Yes.
How do we make that all make, like, where is the DCEU after The Flash? Like, what is happening in the world?
I think leave it a bit ambiguous, and then you can keep what is liked and then retcon what isn't. So kind of like in Flashpoint, he arrives in a world and stuff's different, but he doesn't know what's different. It's like we could kind of do that, where we're like, oh, this universe is different because there's a different Batman here. What the bloody Nora's going on? But then like we don't really go, oh, it's like in the film, you don't have to go, oh, by the way, in this universe, we've got a different actor playing Green Lantern because nobody liked that scene in Zack Snyder's Justice League. Wait, no, that's Martian Manhunter. It was supposed to be Green Lantern, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I don't think we need to like go spell it out exactly. I think just kind of.
Okay.
Well, sorry.
So the Flash is like
boring. Oh, you yawned this episode.
No. How much money do I owe you?
$5, I think it was.
Dang it.
And okay. Will, I'm gonna message Will.
Dang it. Okay. Anyways, can I just send you 10 and you could take care of it?
Sure.
Okay. So the Flash just goes into a different universe and then he's just stuck there, or does he try to go back and it's different?
No, I think you don't say it's a different universe. Just like time travel stuff has reset it, not multiverse stuff.
Okay. And then the Flash is different when he comes back. His face just looks different.
Have Wally West.
Okay, so Wally, like, does Barry die in the Flash?
Who cares? Sure.
Barry Allen dies in the Flash.
Yeah.
I'm good with that. And then we just have Wally West. Cool.
Yeah.
So let's just say Black Adam through the Flash gets us to 2023. Well, 2024 maybe. When is the Joker?
No, they're all coming up next. Joker is 2024, but apart from that, all the others are 2023. So we have Aquaman 2, well, Shazam and Black Adam are this year, then Aquaman 2 and The Flash and next year, and Blue Beetle, who knows?
Let's just say these 4 movies, Black Adam, Shazam 2, Aquaman 2, and The Flash, take us to 2024.
Yeah.
So that's 2 years. So we have 8 years left.
Yeah. Joker 2 can do whatever it wants.
Right. So that is outside of...
Yeah.
So I think after The Flash would be like DC's Phase 4.
Mm-hmm.
Because you know how like Marvel Phase 4 is, because when you look at it's going to go in phases. If they have some sort of shared universe, that's just how it's going to go, and there's no really getting away from that.
So let's call it Phase 2.
Phase 2. Let's just call it Phase 1.
Okay, Phase 1. That makes sense.
So now we're at Phase 1 after
The Flash.
After The Flash, yes.
Should we say Blue Beetle was the first film? Because that's probably the first film that will come out.
Sure.
And that's HBO Max only, isn't it?
Nope, it's theater release. It was going to be.
It. Yeah.
Yeah. That's why it hasn't been canceled yet. Literally.
Oh, it will be cancelled. Blue Beetle will be cancelled. I don't know why I think that, but I just
probably yeah. Okay, so Phase 1 is Blue Beetle, and that's just like a simple, origin story.
Yeah.
Is that connected to the DC, or is that it's been like a?
I think it's in the same universe, but it doesn't. There's no reason to connect it.
Okay. And then what's next?
Well, I think we know what Dean wants.
What does Dean want?
I want to be loved.
Oh, right. But for the podcast?
Oh, for the fans to love me.
But for like this, like what's the next DCEU movie that you want?
Oh, Superman. To love me.
What is this Superman about? Is it? I don't want. If we get another like origin story.
No, it's not an origin story. We said Henry Cavill, so we'll just say, hey, Superman exists in this universe, but he's brighter and it's more fun, and he's fighting a new Lex Luthor.
Okay, so we have
Brainiac.
Do we call it Man of Steel Returns?
No, what we call it is Man of Steel Born Again.
We call it Superman
Man of Steel
Dawn of Justice.
I think Man of Steel Folie à Deux.
We call it Superman 1984.
We call it What about, hear me out on this one,
The Superman.
There's going to be a movie in our lifetime. There will be a movie released called The Superman, and we'll be 40-year-olds going, oh, this is just like what they did with do you know one film that should have the in its title but doesn't?
What?
Joker.
The Joker? Yeah,
because it is the Joker, anyway,
the
Superman
Joker
film,
baby.
Please. I'm glad you get that reference now.
I've been doing it a lot.
Have you?
Okay, Superman movie, lighthearted, but do we like? Are we going full camp? You make it
full camp. Superman has a boyfriend.
It's kind of gay.
Nah, he has Lois Lane and Jimmy Olsen and his underwear on the outside. And
do we call this Superman 2?
I think we call it Superman
Returns. Oh, not bad.
Tomorrow.
Superman Edge of Tomorrow. Is that what you just
Man
said?
of Tomorrow, I said.
Superman Man of Tomorrow. Okay.
I don't know why that was my thought, but that's my thought.
Man of
That's one of his nicknames he gets in the comics. He gets, the Man of Tomorrow.
So he's bright. Do any of these characters like remember that the universe is reset, or are they just like?
I think they're just going on with their lives as if nothing happened.
Okay. So is Amy Adams still Lois Lane?
Yeah, sure. Amy Adams works. I like everyone apart from Jesse Eisenberg.
Superman, Man of Tomorrow. Campy. Who's the villain?
Why don't we just go like brainy Lex Luthor, but give him a big green mech suit?
Big bad Lex Luthor.
And not Jesse Eisenberg. Do we need to choose who? Or can we just say not Jesse Eisenberg?
Not Jesse Eisenberg.
Yeah.
Okay, next one. Cyborg movie.
Mm-hmm. Shorting, Sunshine.
I think.
What do we call it? The Cyborg?
No. I think Cyborg would be cool if it was detached from the DCEU entirely.
What does it benefit from doing that?
Well, it doesn't have to tie to the mother box thing. Like you can have, because I think Cyborg, it'd be interesting, like to see him be able to just go like full power mode and not have any like repercussions of like, oh, where's Superman or anything. I think.
Yeah.
And I think it'd be interesting to have Cyborg in a world where superheroes don't exist.
But yeah.
Do you disagree or you agree?
I'd like. I think. I think you can do standalone films and have him different from the Cyborg we see in Zack Snyder's Justice League just by going, oh, this is a different universe that's been reset. Because that's kind of the benefit of resetting the universe, is that you can be like, this is a different guy.
See, this is where it gets tricky because it's like, if we have like separate movies that aren't connected to the DCEU, which ones are those? Are they just the dark, gritty ones?
I think they need a good tonal reason why. And it doesn't have to be dark and gritty. If you wanted to do, something completely outlandish and crazy, like a Plastic Man film, you'd probably put that in its own thing.
Oh, we're totally doing a Plastic Man film.
Yeah.
We have to.
I just think you need like a good tonal reason.
But I think Cyborg could be like totally outlandish and crazy too.
Yeah, but Cyborg as a character isn't like crazy and outlandish. And the other thing is, Ray Fisher wouldn't want to do that. Like, he really didn't want to say.
Yeah, it wouldn't be Ray Fisher.
We would recast, would we? Let's here's my pitch for a casting. Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Chris Pratt.
It's me, Mario.
I know how to get there in the end.
I do think we make Chris Pratt. Let's say Chris Pratt Lex Luthor.
No, let's make Chris Pratt. Is there like a Willy Lumpkin in the Marvel universe? Do you know who in the DC universe? Do you know Willy Lumpkin?
No, it's a funny name though.
He's the postman in Fantastic Four.
Oh.
Do you know Stan Lee plays him in one of those?
Yeah, I know.
That the comic book character is just there. Yeah, because he's the wedding guy.
In the second one, he plays Stan Lee.
Yeah. Because that's like an actual character in the comics, Willy Lumpkin. He delivers the mail to the Baxter Building.
That's cool. Okay, so are we doing a Cyborg movie? Do we want to do a Cyborg movie?
I don't care about Cyborg.
Let's put that in a maybe comp.
Because Cyborg doesn't interest me as a character, because I've never seen anything that's made me go, wow, Cyborg's cool. Because he's never had a TV show or anything like that. And yeah, he was fine in Zack Snyder's Justice League, but who cares about Zack Snyder's Justice League? Lex reviews, ew. I think we get like priorities done, like a Superman, like a Green Lantern.
Okay. Superman, Green Lantern. Yeah, Green Lantern movie.
You'd want another Wonder Woman film, probably. Who's in there in the DC universe where like we need to see them? Like Zatanna would be cool. Plastic Man, like you said. Booster Gold would be fun.
I don't know, Booster Gold.
He's fun. He's a Blue Beetle. I think the Blue Beetle sequel should be Blue Beetle and Booster Gold.
Okay.
You could do like a Nightwing film, but then does that? Or, no, you introduce Robin in the Batman sequel, and then you do a Nightwing film set in that universe.
Yes, I definitely agree with that. So we have Green Lantern. Okay, so Blue Beetle, Superman Man Tomorrow, Green Lantern.
What are some big characters that we're like, yeah, we need to see them? DC.
We gotten
like Martian Manhunter? Does he get his own film?
interesting? Maybe, I don't know. Doesn't seem like
he doesn't seem a compelling lead.
No, but like neither is Superman. So.
You zip it. Would you do like a Green Arrow thing?
Oh yeah, I think Green Arrow would be cool.
What's going on with Harley Quinn?
I love Margot Robbie.
Yeah,
well, so many people want to keep. I feel like Margot Robbie's Harley Quinn is like, I don't know.
I reckon you do like a Teen Titans thing. You do a like a Supergirl.
Okay. Well, yeah. Okay. I have an idea. So we want
Holland. Holland.
Yes.
Please share your idea.
So we want Nightwing.
Harlan,
we want Teen Titans.
I'd love you to share your idea.
Okay, I will. Green Lantern.
Harlan, go ahead.
Yeah.
Give us your idea.
Okay.
I want you to feel comfortable giving us your idea.
Okay. What other movies do we want? We want Teen Titans.
What's
Nightwing,
your idea?
Green Lantern. Boots. Okay, so I am ranking out all the movies we want. Okay. Ranking out all the movies we want to see, and then figuring out where they go on the timeline.
In this set of rules, can we just go Batgirl comes out?
No.
Okay.
Because it's already canceled.
Yeah, you're right. Damn it.
That's already set. So we have Nightwing, Teen Titans, Green Lantern, Booster Gold. I think a Raven movie would be cool.
Raven's cool. I was going to say Wonder Woman again. I reckon you do a Birds of Prey or a Gotham City Sirens or a Suicide Squad.
Gotham City Sirens?
So that's Harley Quinn, Poison Ivy, and Catwoman.
Yeah, let's do that. So what Gotham City Sirens?
Yeah, I'll check that's right. Maybe I'm just making things up again.
And okay, let's say what's the end game moment?
Justice League fighting Doomsday. Do you know what I think? I've always thought, you've seen, people know that I've done a big DC slate of my own. And you know, I think the one big advantage DC has over Marvel, better villains.
That's true.
So I think the true endgame moment, the Justice League movie I would most like to see isn't Justice League versus Doomsday, it's Justice League versus the Legion of Doom. Where you get like Lex Luthor and Joker and Gorilla Grodd and Captain Cold, the Reverse Flash, and whoever else.
So I'm with you on that. I think it should be Legion of Doom. I think it should just be heroes versus villains.
Yes.
Wow,
what a black and white way you see the world.
I know. I'm kind of cool like that. But what we do is we have it so that, like, let's say in the Batman universe, right? let's say Batman 2 is Mr. Freeze.
Mhm.
Mr. Freeze, or like some scientist is able to establish like a multiversal link, and then they're able to see that, and then like they travel through, and then like the Batman is able to investigate what he did, and they travel through, and they all come together, and it's this big.
Yeah, this is a bit of a nitpick.
What?
But I'd do it more like Spider-Man No Way Home style, where Alfred Molina and Tobey Maguire are chilling in their universe, and then they get pulled through. Just because that, like, if you chuck in guys creating multiverse machines into the Batman world, that kind of messes with the tone a bit.
Yeah, that would.
So you do it No Way Home style, where like Lex Luthor or someone or like the Anti-Monitor has built like is pulling people through from different universes.
So I think, let's say I'm just using it as a placeholder character, right? I think I really want, let's say a villain gets sucked through, Mr. Freeze gets sucked through to the multiverse, and then Batman is able to investigate how that happened and find the exact spot, and he also gets sucked through.
Yeah, that works.
So that's, but okay, so sorry,
and then he just gets
jumping the
murdered
gun.
by everyone in the DC universe because he's so weak in comparison.
Those would be like 10 years later.
Yeah.
We can, in fact, mess with the timeline as much as we want. Okay, so with that said, so
here in the UK, we don't say jumping the gun, we say jumping the knife.
Okay. So all the movies we want so far that we've talked about is Blue Beetle, Superman Man of Tomorrow, Green Lantern, Nightwing, Teen Titans, Booster Gold Blue Beetle movie, Raven, Gotham City Sirens, the Batman 2, and then the Justice League versus Legion of Doom.
And I'd say like Peacemaker season 2. Chuck that down.
Yeah. Justice League.
Because the question I've got to ask you is simply, do you really wanna taste it?
Jesus Christ. You're a pretty silly dude. Okay. So
Plastic Man. You're the only plastic man I need.
Call me funny?
No, I don't know what that means. It means you've had
I don't really know what that means
surgery.
either. There's a joke there somewhere. Okay, so
my microphone is so much bigger than my head on this camera.
But it's not. Well, I guess kind of, but okay. So what should be the ending to phase 1? Like, where does phase 1 leave off on a bang, or
Batman vs Superman? Dawn of Justice. Doomsday shows up at the end.
I think phase 1 could end with the Raven movie.
Sure.
And that kind of like,
that can tease the multiverse a bit. Be like, oh, her dark magical powers has put her in the universe of the Joker. I'm the Joker, baby.
Hold on 1 second.
Wow, how unprofessional. How
Olivia Newton-John just died.
She died. I heard that a few hours ago.
Oh.
It's a shame.
That's Sam. I wouldn't have interrupted the podcast if I didn't think it was something important. Anyways.
Feel bad for making the jokes now.
What jokes?
Don't worry.
Oh.
Not about Olivia Newton-John. I haven't been making jokes about that.
Olivia Newton-John. Okay, but so before phase 2 ends, the Batman's 2 comes out and we know Robin exists. Wait, no. Is there a Robin in the DCEU?
I think there's both if we're doing a Teen Titans film.
Right. But a lot of work has to go into the Teen Titans.
I don't think you can do it Guardians of the Galaxy style, surely.
Yeah, why not? Because you already have Wally West.
Yeah, and it's kind of like the Suicide Squad, where they're kind of like, oh, all these, right? Obviously, that's different because they're all like C-listers.
Right. Okay, so I like that. So let's say it goes Blue Beetle, Superman, Man of Tomorrow, Green Lantern, and then Raven.
Who's our Green Lantern? What we doing? I reckon we do a team of Green Lanterns. We get them all in. We get Guy Gardner. We get Alan Scott. We get Hal Jordan. We get John Stewart. How many more Green Lanterns do you think I can name?
Well, which one's the black one?
John Stewart.
That's John. Oh, so John Stewart was the Green Lantern I grew up with, so I wanted to be John Stewart.
Yeah, but I think having a few is fun. I like Guy Gardner because he has that silly ginger ball cut.
Relax. We know how you like bowl cuts.
Who else? Will
oh,
from
you
Stranger
know.
Things.
Oh, you know. Oh, yeah. You don't stop talking about Noah Schnapp. Anyways,
oh no, only Will Byers. When he has his normal haircut, completely not interested.
So it ends with Raven, and then what is the phase 2 beginning?
What if phase 1 ends with Teen Titans, and that's kind of the big thing?
Okay. So Teen Titans comes out directly after Raven?
Sure.
Okay. And who are the Teen Titans facing against?
Trigon, her dad. Why not?
Okay.
Or Deathstroke. That's who they like to fight.
That is who they like to fight.
They go, oh, I'd really love to fight Deathstroke right now.
So is it Deathstroke or Trigon?
I think it's Bane.
Okay, Deathstroke it is. So that is phase 1.
I think we should choose Metallo. Do you know Metallo?
I know Steel.
Right kind of thing. Metallo is a Superman villain.
It's Steel's a hero though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'll never guess what space rock powers Metallo if he's a Superman villain.
What?
Kryptonite.
Oh my gosh. Okay, staying on track. Come on, Dean. Phase 2.
What about
I think in between phase 1 and 2, we should get the Batman 2.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I just realized we never released Joker 2.
Joker. Fully aidu.
I think Joker should come out before the Superman Man of Tomorrow movie.
Sure.
So
Joker. Fully aidu.
Joker 2. And
no,
then...
you said it wrong. Joker. Oh, shut up. I'm probably annoying everyone listening.
Okay, Batman 2, Mr. Freeze.
Yeah, Mr. Freeze and Robin.
Mr. Freeze and Robin.
No, actually, I've changed my mind. I want the main villain of that film and the remaining Batman films to be Joker. But you get a different actor doing a wildly different take on the character each time.
So that was a super funny joke, by the way. Like, I laughed really hard inside my head. I don't know which one should be the first phase 2 project.
Superman 2, Death of a Guy.
Should it be Peacemaker?
Sure.
I'm just
imagine
like,
if there was a Superman film called Superman, Death of a Guy. They were going to call the film. They were going to call the film "Death of Superman" after the famous comic, but then halfway through the presentation, they were like, "We don't want to spoil this." So they go, "Superman 2, Death of some guy, someone,
potentially."
Can someone turn that into a logo, please? Just Superman,
you know what to do.
Someone probably.
Well, speaking of logo, you know how our logo changed. If people haven't noticed, we haven't really.
Yeah. Thank you, Jimmy.
Thank you, Jimmy.
We love you.
I love you more.
That sounded a bit weird. Sorry, Jimmy. If I enjoy our interactions we have. You write good letterbox reviews.
I write better
Email
ones.
me back.
Anyways,
that was a joke. I haven't emailed you in case you got worried.
First phase 2 project I think should be Peacemaker 2.
What if We call it peace. No, continue. It's hot in this room. Okay.
Are you feeling a little bit of the pressure?
Yeah, I'm kind of losing my mind.
Okay. Peacemaker 2 is the first thing of
Peacemaker
phase 2.
Folie à Deux.
Should we? No. Peacemaker season 2.
Yeah. You're like, should we? Should we?
That'd be really funny if that's something we marketed it as.
Yeah.
Okay,
Who's
so
the other madness person? Vigilante?
Yeah, that'd be super funny. Why did I feel like Vigilante died in Peacemaker? He didn't.
No, he didn't.
Did he? Okay.
The White Dragon died, didn't he? Yeah, because Peacemaker shot him in the head. I remember.
Oh yeah, I remember that happened. Next movie, plastic.
I reckon Wonder Woman.
Wonder Woman. What's Wonder Woman 3 about?
You call it Wonder Woman. Can't stop wondering about what happened to Steve Trevor. And you could do the villain as like Gigantus or someone like that. You know, Wonder Woman's got enemies.
Should Wonder Woman be going up against Dr. Fate?
They don't fight, do they?
I don't know.
Dr. Fate's a goodie. Dr. Fate could show up though.
What's Wonder Woman doing?
Why
does it take place in like the 90s?
No, modern day.
Modern day.
And
what's she doing?
Steve Trevor comes back from the dead.
But he's disguised as somebody else.
Yeah, and then she rapes that guy.
Yeah.
That's a weird decision. And okay, there's stuff you can do with Wonder Woman too. You can just be like, introduce what's her name? Donna Troy, who's like her younger sister.
Okay.
And the villain can be Gigantress, or it could be
She-Hulk.
She-Hulk, that works. Wait, is Gigantress the one that's in She-Hulk?
I don't know.
I'm gonna Google Wonder Woman.
I don't know who you're saying.
There's a Wonder Woman villain who's all big. You know, like a big person. Like who knows? Giganta, I'm thinking of.
Giganta.
Okay. Sure. Can I tell you what's on this thing I Googled?
Sure.
I googled Wonder Woman villains. It said Wonder Woman has a fair number of villains. Her greatest enemy and often the main reason for her superhero career is the god of war, Ares. Other enemies include multiple incarnations of the cheetah, the sorceress Circe, which would be a good choice, the misogynist Dr. Psycho, and the giantess Giganta. So Giganta's defining trait is she's a giantess, and Dr. Psycho's defining trait is the fact that he's a misogynist.
Oh, that's fun.
That really made me chuckle. Let's go with Circe. She's fun. She's like Agatha Harkness.
Okay.
But sexier.
I think I have a plan about how to end phase 2. This one was fast.
Go on.
So after Wonder Woman goes Blue Beetle 2, Booster Gold.
Blue Beetle and Booster Gold. Yeah.
And then next one is Plastic Man.
Yeah.
And then we get Nightwing.
Sure. Is Nightwing part of the Batman-averse?
Yes, Batman-averse.
Yeah, cool. Sure.
Okay, so I do think we need one final
thing.
Should we do Green Lantern too?
Is there any other characters that we're like, hey, I'd like to see that DC character in a film? Like, is there like a Lobo or something? Or like
Lobo would be cool.
We could do Gotham City Sirens now. Have we already done that?
No, we haven't. But I really want to see a Lobo. Lobo can be. I think Lobo would be a cool
movie.
I think Lobo would be cool that like if he kind of spawned the multiverse to crack a little bit, like.
Sure. So we can keep Lobo for later.
I think Lobo should be like our like the DC's guardian, not guardians, but like you know how guardians like out of nowhere and do like make sense but work perfectly. I think Lobo would be cool like that.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Gotham City Sirens.
Gotham City Sirens is the last one.
That's Harley Quinn, Poison Ivy, and Catwoman. Or whoever. And they can fight Batgirl. We bring back Leslie Grace.
And here's what we do. would it be stupid if like at the end of Gotham City Sirens, like Lady Gaga shows up?
No, that's cool. Lady Gaga can show up and be like, "I'm the Joker's baby."
Okay, so Lady Gaga shows up at the end, and that kind of sets up what Phase 3 is going to be about.
Yeah.
Okay.
No Joaquin, I reckon.
No Joaquin. No, not yet. Okay, so Phase 3.
Mm-hmm.
We definitely need Green Lantern 2.
Yeah.
Lobo.
Mm-hmm.
We're
doing the Batman 3.
Sure.
Give us a nice trilogy. Hugo Strange can be the villain.
Yeah.
And he's all like, "Oh, I'm Giancarlo Esposito or Bryan Cranston. They're the two people always chosen to be me." Did you like my Giancarlo Esposito impression?
Yeah, that was like,
I've been watching a lot of Better Call Saul, and that's what he sounds like.
Oh, trust me, I know.
Where are you up to in Better Call Saul?
Episode 3.
Oh, disappointed.
I've been a busy boy.
I am not amused. That's my Giancarlo Esposito impression.
That was pretty good.
Here's my what's his face? What's his name? Bryan Cranston impression. "Where's the money, Skyler?"
What other could we do?
There's got to be a character that we're missing, like Aquaman 3, the Flash movie again, Shazam 3, Black Adam 2. What if we do Shazam versus Black Adam as a film?
Yeah, we need to do that, don't we?
Yeah.
But that's so late.
It's fine. No one cares.
At this point, it'd be like 6 years since we've seen Shazam.
Yeah, that's cool.
Okay. Can't argue with that. So we also want to do Shazam v Black Adam.
Shazam. Because whenever a movie with verse in the title ever been bad.
Anyways, another movie we need to do is Justice League versus Legion of Doom. And then one more movie. We'll round out Phase 3.
Shang-Chi and the Wreckage of Time. Don't you think that's the coolest movie title in the world?
That is
Have you
really
heard
cool.
That? I was about to say, have you heard that rumor? But you were sitting on me. Like,
was it?
You were sitting with me on a train. We were sitting opposite each other, and I told you that. I remember now.
Do we do a Teen
You were
Titans
sitting on me
2
on a train.
against Raven's Dad?
Do we do a... What DC characters are people like? I want to see him in a movie. Zatanna?
I don't know enough about Zatanna, but we can do a Zatanna movie.
She's just a cool magic girl.
Okay, so we have Zatanna.
Ana de Armas.
And is that all? We got 4. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
I feel like
6.
there's someone really obvious. Because like we said no to Martian Manhunter.
Yeah.
I feel like there's someone really obvious we're forgetting. I mean, this is Batman, Flash, Wonder Woman, Green Lantern. No, unless we do another Aquaman or another something like that. Or do we need another Aquaman?
Oh, Green Arrow. Were we doing a good Green Arrow movie?
Oh, Green Arrow. Yes.
Do we have Green Arrow in the Batman universe?
We've seen a dark and gritty Arrow, you know?
That's true.
I'd like to see a comic booky one with a silly goatee and like boxing glove arrows.
Okay. And
what if you do Green Arrow and the Black Canary as a movie?
Okay, so Green Arrow, Black Canary movie.
Mm-hmm. Call it Green Arrow versus Black Canary.
Okay, so I think we got enough for Phase 3.
Mm-hmm.
What does Phase 3 start out with? The last movie was Gotham City Sirens.
Let's truck it to something space. What do we have space on that list?
Zobo.
Zobo.
Wait, what's his name? Why did I write down Zobo?
It's Lobo.
Oh, I totally did write it down. Okay, I'm gonna see if the camera can pick this up. So this is the little list I have.
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
an L, but totally looks
I
like a
can
Z.
see that. I can see that.
Lobo. Anyways.
He just looked down and went, Zobo.
Even when I said it, I was like,
and he was so excited for a Zobo movie. Could someone turn that into a logo? Zobo logo.
Okay, so the first movie is
and
Lobo.
He's played by Giancarlo Esposito.
Yes. Lobo. I think Lobo should start is just like him. He's like a bounty hunter, like an intergalactic bounty hunter sort of a thing, right?
Yeah.
So he does that, and then it's just like sort of like a John Wick, not John Wick, but like an action gritty thing of him traveling on his motorcycle around.
But like a bit like wacky as well.
Yeah, like over the
Guardians.
top.
Yeah.
Like if the Guardians and the Boys was to mix together.
Like the Suicide Squad.
Yeah. But not like a big team. It's just him.
Yeah.
And how does it end?
Willie Lumpkin.
Does it end with him killing somebody? Is like he like kind of like make like the crack in the multiverse?
Yeah, what if he kills someone big like the Anti-Monitor? I don't really know who that is. It's the name I know is to do with the DC multiverse.
So Lobo kills something that causes a crack in the multiverse.
Yeah, and he's like, oh, but he looks at the camera and he goes, whoopsies.
Oopsie daisies.
I imagine he's played by Michael Cera.
Did I do that?
Is that your Michael Cera impression?
Yeah. I kind of like Michael Cera. Oops, my bad.
A Southern woman.
Yeah. Next movie should be, I think it should be a grounded movie.
Yeah, why don't
do you do the Green Arrow movie?
Yeah, sure. Green Arrow and Canary.
Green Arrow.
No, the Green Arrow versus the Black Canary. I've refined my earlier suggestion.
And then after that, let's do Green Lantern 2.
Yeah.
We get
Green
2 greens.
Lantern Wars.
The Green.
I swear that's the name of the comic book.
What is Green Lantern 2 about?
Chuck in another Green Lantern. Maybe this time we chuck in a Guy Gardner or a Hal Jordan. We introduce a new one.
More Green Lantern 2. More green.
Less lanterns.
More lanterns.
No, it's more green, but there's less lanterns. I think the first one you have like Parallax as the villain, and the second one you do Sinestro, like they were going to do for the Green Lantern films. Or you do Sinestro first, and then you do like the Red Lantern Corps in the second one. Yeah, let's do that. Okay. The thing is with Sinestro, okay, we're supposed to believe that he started out as a good guy, but his name is Sinestro.
Yeah.
His name is literally Sinister with like a couple letters swapped about.
Well, hey, Santa.
Just saying. New pitch. Santa. The Christmas Chronicles 3, tied all in.
Oh my God. The Santa Claus 4 is the final movie in this franchise. Tim Allen's like, I'm the Joker, baby.
No, you get Chris Evans to play him in the film that this is based off, that the Santa Claus is based off.
Okay, after Green Lantern 2, Batman 3.
Yeah, the Batman.
Wait, actually, I take that back. Next movie is Zatanna. Okay, here's my pitch. After Green Lantern 2, next movie is Zatanna.
Mm-hmm. I thought you said a word which rhymed with pitch, and I was very shocked. I thought you went, here's my... Anyway.
I just pull Will out from the corner. Anyways.
I hope he listens to this. That's a good joke.
So after Green Lantern 2 comes Zatanna. This is a fun spin-off like magic movie. And then it's
Dr.
Shazam.
Fate's there for fun.
Then it's Shazam v Black Adam, or whatever we want to call that. And that would at the very end, like either Black Adam or Shazam is winning, and then like the multiverse breaks and more villains and heroes start leaking through, and it's like, what? And then the next movie is the Batman 3.
Yeah.
And at the end of that, the Batman leaves.
Mm-hmm.
And then
I'm done. See you guys
and then
later.
It's Justice League versus League of Doom.
Yeah, Legion of Doom.
That's what I said. Okay. And then that way, like, we have a little bit of breathing between Shazam v Black Adam and then another versus movie.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. That makes sense.
So Zatanna, Shazam v Black Adam.
Question.
Yeah.
Where's guitar Morbius time? Fitting into this?
He dies in the first movie.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
I saw a TikTok about that they were adding a Morbius skin to Fortnite, and I got really excited. Then I realized it was fake.
Oh, I would have bought that. We both would have bought that.
I don't know if I would have bought it. I would have looked at it for a long time and been like.
But every time you're gliding, the skin changes to the vampire.
Yeah. No, I would have looked at it and I would have been like, what kind of man am I? I'm an anti-Morbius guy. I'd do my research. Does Jared Leto get any money from this?
Probably not. Definitely. Unless he uses likeness.
Anyway.
Okay, so we're done.
Oh, okay. See you later.
Thank God. Guys, I was just waiting for him to leave. He finally took the hint.
I can still hear you.
Okay, so here's my pitch. My name's Will.
It's like give me your Will impression.
Yeah. Hello, everybody. My name's Will. So Black Adam, Shazam 2, Aquaman 2, The Flash are all retconned after The Flash.
Yeah.
And Wally West is a new Flash.
Yeah.
Phase 1 starts out Blue Beetle. And that's in the DCEU. It's just fun. We know that's going to be about blah blah blah. Joker 2 comes out after that. It is disconnected.
Joker Folie à Deux.
Thank you, Dean. And then after that, Superman Man of Tomorrow.
Can I make a pitch?
Yes.
Joker 2 is exactly like the one we discussed in a previous podcast. Crossover. Yes. Synergy.
Crossover event. Oh my God. I honestly think that's what the movie's going to be about, by the way.
Yeah.
Anyways, Superman Man of Tomorrow comes out next, and it's a campy, fun movie, and the big bad is Lex Luthor in his big green Iron Man suit. Mm-hmm. After that is Green Lantern with Jon Stewart as the primary protagonist.
Yeah.
And he's versing Sinestro.
Jesse Pinkman as the secondary protagonist.
You've been watching too much Breaking Bad stuff, dude.
So you know how I was like, I don't know what to watch after Better Call Saul because no TV is as good as this. The other night I just watched the first episode of Breaking Bad. And I was like, oh, this is really good. I was like, no, dude, you can't watch it again. So then I started watching Defenders.
Oof.
It's not that bad.
Sorry. Anyway,
Defenders isn't that bad. It's just every time Finn Jones comes on screen, I'm like, oh, this guy.
Okay, and picking up where we left off.
Sorry.
After the Green Lantern movie comes Raven, and it's just a spin-off Raven movie where she goes up against her dad, and it's fun, CGI-ness. And then after that comes Teen Titans, where we get a Robin, where we get a Raven, where we get Wally West, and it's fun, and they go up against Deathstroke. Should it still be the same guy who played Deathstroke?
Sure.
Yeah, I like him. Joe
Manganiello or something like that.
Yeah.
Joe Mango.
And then after that is that. So Teen Titans is the end of phase 1, and next comes Batman 2, which is technically the soft start of phase 2, but not really.
Yeah.
It's disconnected.
The Batman Heart of Ice.
Wow. Very creative of you. And that has Mr. Freeze as the villain. And Robin is also in that movie.
Yeah,
not the same Robin that was in Teen Titans.
Yeah. One of them. What if?
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah. What if one of them becomes Red Hood and one of them becomes Nightwing?
Yeah, you could do. Yeah, but both of them are traditionally Dick Grayson in Teen Titans. And can we do a Tim Drake? I love Tim Drake.
Sure. What if we just make Tim Drake the one in the DCEU?
Sure. Red Robin. That's fun.
And So the actual start of phase 2 is Peacemaker season 2.
Do you really want to taste it?
Thank you, Dean. And then next comes Wonder Woman 3,
Yeah.
which has Donna Troy. Is that her name? You know this, I don't.
Yeah. Donna Troy.
Which is Wonder Woman's sister, and they go up against Circe.
Yeah.
Which is not to be confused with the Eternal.
And yeah, they're spelled differently. They're spelled very differently, actually.
Well, I spelled it the same, so it doesn't matter.
Like, there is one letter the same.
Oh, really?
Circe is spelled Circe.
Oh, that's I don't like that.
Okay.
And then next is Blue Beetle Booster Gold. Dean, tell me what that movie's going to be about, because I don't know.
Booster Gold. Can I tell you Booster Gold's whole deal? Because it's really cool.
Yes.
He comes from like a technologically advanced future. And he steals, and he's like a nobody. He's like a janitor, and nobody cares about him. And he wants to be famous. So he steals a bunch of tech, travels back in time, and pretends to be this famous superhero from the future, because he's got all this cool tech. And he's like, hey, I'm Booster Gold. I'm a really cool guy from the future. And he's friends with Blue Beetle. And it's just a bit of a comedy.
Okay. It's like a comedy, like a duo comedy, like Dumb and Dumber sort of a thing.
Yeah.
Okay. And then next comes Plastic Man. So we got double comedy. Plastic Man, he can't really die unless he gets frozen. He's cool.
No, and then you don't want him cool, because then he'll die.
Oh. Go on. Then next is Nightwing, which is based in the Batmaniverse. That's gonna be cool. I love Nightwing. Who doesn't like Nightwing? Evan hates Nightwing. That's why it's tattoo. Evan is a TikToker. And then at the end of phase 2 of the DCEU is Gotham City Sirens with Black Cat, Harley Quinn, and Poison Ivy. And at the very end,
not Black Cat. Oh, this Spider-Man fanboy over here.
Catwoman. And Lady Gaga makes an appearance at the end, leading you to be like, how can she be there? That doesn't even make sense. Blah, blah, blah. Phase 3 starts off with Lobo. It will be the answer to all our Zobo will be the answer to all of our questions. And
we do Detective Chimp. Sorry, I don't know why that popped into my mind. Continue.
So Lobo goes around and he's like a bounty hunter of the universe and like space. He rides around on a motorcycle. It's awesome. And at the very end, the big bad he kills, and then it makes a crack in the universe because it was a super strong being.
Yeah.
And then the next movie, we're back on Earth, back on Loki. It's Green Arrow and Black Canary. And I think, should this movie take place in the DCEU or separate?
Just say it's in the DCEU. Just have a bit of a fun time.
And then the next one is Green Lantern 2. And this is the Red Corps.
Yeah, sure. I think the Red Corps are like hate or anger or
there's something, because they're Justice League 2. I mean, Injustice 2 has like a red.
No, yeah, they're I because the Sinestro Corps are powered by fear. I think red is anger.
Okay. And then after that comes Zatanna, a fun like magic. Her power is magic. I don't know much about Zatanna, but I don't see a reason why that movie wouldn't be cool. And then
because it's about a woman.
Oh, Dean. Anyways, next comes Shazam v Black Adam. It's going to be cool. The Rock, Zachary Levi. What can go wrong? And then Batman 3, where he goes up against Hugo Strange. And at the very end, who gets sucked into the multiverse that he has to investigate?
Mr. Freeze.
Mr. Freeze
Don't you think it's weird that he's called Mr. Freeze when he's a doctor?
Or just... Yeah. The disrespect.
Also, what if we call the movie The Batman Verse Doctor Strange? Because he is Doctor Strange. Dr. Hugo Strange.
Okay. The Batman 3 ends with the Batman going into the other universe.
Yeah, he's all like, whoa.
And he investigates it because Mr. Freeze gets sucked in and he's like, I must use my detective skills. And then he figures it out and then he goes in. And then the final movie of this all is the Justice League versus the League of Doom, where all the heroes team up to go against all the villains. Some villains are taken care of very easily, others not so much. And it's awesome CGI-ness.
Why do you keep describing all these movies as CGI-ness?
Because, well, that's like an important, like the Batman is not CGI-ness.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
So that's our universe. We did it.
How much money are we putting on this? I reckon 50,000 between us.
50,000?
Yeah, 25,000 each.
I would go 40.
40,000 each or between us?
Between us.
Okay, let's say 40,000 between us. I'm happy with that.
Okay, $40,000
each.
All right.
You want to use this. And like, we'll do whatever you want as well. Like, we'll delete this podcast. We'll come on as consultants.
Yeah. I'll be Superman.
I'll be the Joker.
Just to one-up Jared Leto a little bit more.
Yeah, I'd get damaged tattooed on my head.
Oh, good idea. Good idea.
Yeah.
Just don't send me anything, okay?
What am I sending you? Oh, okay. I get the joke.
Yeah.
That's a good joke. Yeah.
What do you think, Will? He's shy.
He's not.
Anyways. Moving on. Yeah. We're so good at okay. Full transparency. Our Sony one had a little bit more heart.
Yeah, but that's because that was an easier job to fix.
That's true. We had a lot more freedom.
And also in some ways we were limited, which helped because in this it's like literally anything in DC. While in the Sony verse, it's like, hey, we've got these 5 characters that we're trying to.
But I think we did pretty good, all things considered.
Yeah, we should fix something else. What else is there to fix? Let's make it the Dark Universe.
God, that sounds like such a boring episode.
And we have the mummy. Frankenstein.
We have the money. The mummy. I mean, go up against Frankenstein, and then
the Bride of Frankenstein.
The Bride of Frankenstein.
King Kong vs Godzilla.
King Kong. That's my old man voice because only old people care about the Dark Universe. Anyways.
We'll
have Van Helsing come back. Hugh Jackman will love it.
Okay, we're ending this here. I never watched it.
Okay. Adios, everybody.
Guys.
Thank you for.
I already said it. That was the second time I said it.
Didn't. Bull. I call bull. Well, you have to prove it to me when I watch this podcast.
You're not going to watch all of this.
Oh man, you're right. That's what we're talking about. Oh, fuck me.
Okay, on that note. Goodbye, guys. See you next week where we'll do something. Who knows?
Yeah, it's bye, guys.
It's a really boring episode, but I promise we're not meeting up this time. Bye.